My parents stole my hard-earned car savings to pay for my sister's wedding, so I crashed their big day with a shocking revenge they'll regret forever. I always thought my parents had my back. I mean, they were the kind of people who showed up to my soccer games, clapped the loudest at my school plays, and insisted I had the potential to do anything I set my mind to. But sometimes the ones who claim to love you the most are the ones who betray you in ways so deep it leaves a scar that never really heals. Growing up, I wasn't the favorite kid. That was my sister Jessica. She was the golden child. Straight A's prom queen, the kind of girl who could drop a glass in the kitchen and mom would blame the dog. Me, I was the responsible one. The quiet, dependable son who didn't give them trouble, who stayed home to watch the dog when they went out to dinner, who never missed curfew because I was too busy working overtime at the garage to even think about going out. My dream had always been simple: save up enough to buy my dream car, a vintage 1969 Mustang. I can't even tell you how many nights I'd spend scrolling through car restoration forums, watching YouTube videos, imagining the day I'd finally slide behind that wheel and hear that engine rumble to life. I started working at 15, mowing lawns, washing cars, anything. By high school, I was doing part-time work at a local mechanics shop. Every paycheck I'd squirrel away a few $100 into my Mustang fund. My friends blew their cash on parties, designer sneakers, or video games. I didn't. My eyes were on that car. Over the years, I'd saved nearly $25,000, enough to finally find a decent fixer-upper and put in the work myself. It was going to be my proudest accomplishment, proof that all those late nights, skipped outings, and double shifts meant something. Jessica, on the other hand, floated through life like a feather in the breeze. Every new dance class, mom and dad funded. Every new hobby, new outfit, new phone, she got it all. I pretended it didn't bother me, but deep down, I kept thinking, one day they'll see me too. One day they'll be proud of me for doing this on my own. A few months before graduation, I found the car, listed online by an older guy in another state. The price was fair and the frame was in surprisingly good condition. My hands shook when I called him, and I arranged to go see it that weekend. The night before I left, I came home from work to find my parents waiting at the kitchen table. My dad was staring at the floor, and my mom had that look she got when she was about to say something she knew I wouldn't like. "Sit down," she said. My heart dropped. Was someone sick? Was dad laid off? "Your sister's getting married," she began, as if I hadn't already known. Jessica had been engaged to her boyfriend Aaron for about a year. He was a decent guy, a bit too eager to show off, but whatever, liked him, so I stayed out of it. Mom continued. "They've decided on a destination wedding and a really special honeymoon. They really need some help to make it happen." I remember blinking, my mind slow to catch up. "Okay," and Dad finally looked up at me. His eyes didn't meet mine directly. "We had to dip into your savings." I swear, the whole world froze. I felt like someone had grabbed me by the throat. "My savings? You mean my car fund?" I asked, my voice sounding thin, almost childlike. Mom sighed, as if I were being unreasonable. "Honey, it's just money. You can save it back. Your sister's wedding is a once-in-a-lifetime event. You'll understand one day when you have a family of your own." I went from the quiet, invisible son, who everyone overlooked, to someone people actually admired. People started commenting things like, "Man, your story inspired me to finally fix up my own car." Or, "I wish I had your courage to leave toxic family behind." Every new subscriber, every like, felt like a little stitch mending the gaping wound my parents had left in me. One day, Jessica messaged me. She tried to act sweet at first, saying how much she missed her big brother and how sorry she was for everything that happened. But her real motive came out fast. She wanted money. Apparently, Aaron had left her. He drained their joint account and vanished to Europe with some influencer he'd met at a yacht party. Now she was broke, living back with mom and dad, who were also spiraling financially. She begged me to help. She said she had nowhere else to turn, that she'd always looked up to me, that I was the strong one. I almost felt sorry for her, almost. Instead, I wrote back one sentence. "You chose your car over my dreams now. Drive yourself out of this mess." Blocked. A week later, my parents tried calling, then emailing. They offered apologies that sounded as hollow as an empty gas tank. They told me I was being cruel, that family always forgives, that I should remember where I came from. I didn't respond, because the truth is, they taught me something important. Love is not about constant sacrifice on one side and endless taking on the other. Love is respect, and they never respected me. Months turned into a year. My YouTube channel exploded. The Mustang went from a rusty project to a roaring beast that turned heads at every stoplight. I started doing meets, traveling the country to meet other enthusiasts. I even got invited to speak at a big car convention about perseverance and following your passion at one event. A teenager came up to me. He was shy, shoulders slumped. He told me he'd been saving for a guitar, but his parents kept dipping into his money for family emergencies. He thought he'd never get it. I pulled him aside, told him my story. I showed him photos of the Mustang when I first bought it, then photos of it now, gleaming in the sun. His eyes lit up like fireworks. He promised he'd find a way to keep his money safe, to work harder, to never give up. Driving away that day, I realized the ultimate revenge wasn't blocking calls or ignoring emails. It was living a life so authentic and fulfilled that their betrayal had no power left over me. One evening, I pulled into a gas station off Route 66. The sun was setting in pink and gold streaks behind the desert hills. I stood there, listening to the Mustang's engine ticking softly as it cooled. I thought back to all those nights as a teenager, hunched over my phone in bed, staring at photos of this exact car, dreaming of freedom. It wasn't just about the car anymore. It was about reclaiming myself. Every mile on that odometer was a mile away from the people who didn't value me, a mile toward the person I was always meant to become. I know some people think forgiveness is mandatory, that you have to make amends with family no matter what. But sometimes, the only way to heal is to walk away and never look back. These days, my parents still try to guilt-trip me through distant relatives, telling them I'm cold or ungrateful. They paint me as the villain who abandoned his poor family. Let them, because while they're stuck replaying old excuses and toxic dynamics, I'm out here, windows down, music blasting, feeling the wind whip across my face. I don't have a family that supports me. I don't have parents who cheer me on. But I have something far better, my freedom, my dream, and the peace of knowing I chose myself. And if you ask me, that's worth more than any sports car, any wedding, or any fake apology could ever buy.